Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and also you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line and your lineage goes back to you being the so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indian, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halak here from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, with another video. And this time I have a article I want to go into a little bit. But if you're keeping up what's going on in the earth, you see what time we're in, man. You see? We are in a time of war in the earth. And real quick, we'll start here in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. And this is definitely the time that the prophets are in right now, a time of speaking, telling you that these things are coming to pass before they even happen. And this is what we've been doing for years, man. And our apostles and elders have been doing this for decades. Telling you what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai was going to bring to pass according to what he ordained from the beginning. You see, so the true prophets are speaking up on these things that we see going on in the earth. We're not sitting on our hands. We're not quiet. You see, we're not just letting all these events pass by as if it's not significant to what is going on in prophecy. If you claim to be serving Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you're supposed to be speaking on these things, man, and filtering it through biblical prophecy. But it goes on to say, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8, it says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we are in a time of war right now. You see, you Americans might look at it, well, that's something that's going on in the Middle East or Western Asia that has nothing to do with us. And you're sadly mistaken. It has everything to do with you. You see? Because, as we've told you countless times, according to the Most High's will, he's going to have the state of Israel walk Babylon the Great America into World War III. You see, and it's all a part of the Most High's plan. Now let's go back to this Isaiah 13 real quick. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great noise, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. And this is what we see taking form in the earth. Now we have an article here from End Time Headlines. It says what? Trump enters the Situation Room as 4 B-52 nuclear bombers prepare for launch after President Ayatollah death threat. You see? Now, this is all sparked off by who? The 1948ers, as we told you it will be, as we told you was going to happen. And we know and understand the fullness of World War III is not happening yet. But we are witnessing the stage being set for it to take place. And let's put this out there. They've been talking about for the last few weeks now that America's about to start, it's been facing another 9/11 situation happen. That type of situation happened. And the prophets have been telling you, all it's going to take is for one black swan event to take place for them to shut everything down and for them to move forward in the fullness with establishing that new world order. You see? So, at any moment, something could pop off here in the States. And we can see that MOTB be presented in the fullness of it. And then it will be on. You see? It will be on after that point. Because all it takes is for one so-called national security threat or incident to happen for them to shut it down and say, well, to get everything back on track or back in order, to get back to normalcy or whatever they'll tell you, we have to go in this direction with establishing this new system founded upon this MOTB, whether that be putting it in your head or your hand. And that's when we're going to start to witness things ramp up, you see, greatly. You see? But it all leads to what? The nations being gathered for war. And we are watching the beginning stages of this right here. Matter of fact, because now the U.S. is talking about entering into the fray. Why? Why? Because they're tied at the hip with the 1948ers, man. We told you that this was coming, right? So this is Jeremiah 50 and 45. It says, therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, that he have taken against Babylon, which is America. And his purpose is that he have purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock, which are the 1948ers, the Israelis, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, because when it's all said and done, America is going to end up getting nuked and completely annihilated by following the state of Israel into this entire situation. That's what it's going to be when it's all said and done. This is how America is going to enter into World War III with the rest of the nations, by following the state of Israel. And we see this guy Donald Trump, he's gone to the Wailing Wall, he's put the yarmulke on, all this shit. You see all these lobbyists that's basically running your government. You see, by paying these politicians off to be pro-Israel. So the stage is being set, man. They're justifying this madness that Israel is doing to Iran, and then they have the audacity to feel some type of way when Iran decides to defend itself. And it's getting to the point to where the American citizens are fed up with it. They want these Israelis to just go and fight their own war. We're starting to see the spirits of the spirits of these leaders of these different nations be roused up in them to speak out against what Israel is doing, saying they're breaking international law, they're committing war crimes, that what they're doing is completely unacceptable. We see Turkey condemning the state of Israel, and Turkey is a part of NATO. And you see, man, we go here. Look at this, man. Because it's been going down. Man, get your ass out of here. You have right here, Titanic exhibition. Yep, and that's what America's about to suffer. A great fall, man. You have right here this article here. Putin and Erdogan condemn Israeli actions against Iran in phone call. Erdogan calls Netanyahu greatest threat in region. Trump confirms that the U.S. is another headline. Trump confirms that the U.S. is now officially engaged in direct conflict with Iran. And he tweeted talking about murdering the Ayatollah of Iran. Now, if the Ayatollah of Iran came out and said, we know exactly where Donald Trump lives, and he's an easy target, World War III would have already been started. You see? But these fucking Edomites can just go through the earth threatening and destroying shit, and if anybody butts up against it, you're the villain. And the entire world is tired of it, man. Because what's been made known in this earth that these Israeli Edomites and these American Edomites are some of the biggest hypocrites the world has ever seen. I mean, that's the entirety of all of Esau, but the main ones are these American and Israeli Edomites, right? Now, we go here to this article. It says what? Matter of fact, what we're going to do is this. Let's go to this one real quick, because this shit was crazy. Man, come on, man. What the fuck is this? So it says what? Trump confirms that the U.S. is now officially engaged in direct conflict with Iran, and they're pulling this headline or that quote from here. This article, Media ITE. It says, we now have complete and total control. Trump confirms U.S. is part of conflict with Iran. You see? And we already knew what it was, man. We told you that this is what it was going to be. It says, President Donald Trump appeared to offer confirmation that the United States is now participating in Israel's attack on Iran in a Tuesday social media post. Amid escalating tensions and the exchange of bombings after Israel attacked Iranian nuclear facilities last week. So it all began with who? The least of the flock. As we told you it would. Through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh, we told you that these Israelis were going to be the cause of this shit getting intensified. You see? After Iran has told the world over and over and over again, we are not using our nuclear facilities to build weapons of war. We want peace in the region. All the Arab countries are calling for peace. The only ones who don't want peace is the state of Israel. And why is this? It's because they are the Edomites living by their sword, living by their blessing, taking peace for the earth, as it tells you in Revelation 6. That great red horse, and he that sat upon him was given a great sword, that he should take peace from the earth. That's who these devils are. They are the Edomites, as we told you they were. As Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah through the Holy Spirit by way of his son Yahweh Shah has revealed unto us. We've been telling you these things. Our apostles and elders been telling you these things for decades now, man. And now it's all being made manifest. The prophets told you before it even got to this point. So it says, Trump has faced questions about the extent of U.S. involvement in the conflict. In a new post on Truth Social, using the term we, Trump wrote, we now have complete and total control over the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it, but it does not compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. You sound like a fucking idiot. You fucking, oh man, You fucking Edomites are disgusting, man. And you gotta go. And that's why we're glad that we're seeing what we're seeing. And we can't wait till you push that motherfucking MOTB and make it mandatory, because we know that shortly after that, America will be completely drenched in nuclear fire, and we're in good fucking riddance, man. Because we are tired of you fucking devils. We're tired of you devils, man. Fuck. We're tired of you. It says what? Nobody does it better than the good old USA. You fucking proud ass devils. But keep that same energy, like we always say. Keep that same energy, because your time is coming. So it says, it's another one he put out too. Right here. This is the other post he made, right? It says, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but it's safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So he tweets that, and then, right, a little bit later, you have this movement of military personnel and equipment. It says what? President Donald Trump entered the White House Situation Room to address a critical escalation in the Israel-Iran conflict. And may we point out, a conflict between Israel and Iran does not fulfill biblical prophecy of the Israelites returning back to the land. Because once again, according to biblical prophecy, it tells us that when the true Israelites return back to the land, they're going to return back to the land in a state of peace, tranquility, and rest, as is laid out all throughout biblical prophecy. So this whole situation just goes to show that the Israelis are not the chosen people of the Lord. They are the people spoken about in Ezekiel 36:5 of taking the Most High's land into their possession with the joy of all their heart. They are the Idumeans. These are Edomites. And this is why we see them constantly stirring up shit in Western Asia with these different Arab nations, man. You see? So it goes on to say, it has entered its fifth day. It says what? This development follows reports, and it'll take you to another article, right? Just so you see. It says that 4 U.S. B-52 Stratofortress bombers capable of carrying nuclear payloads have been stationed at Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean within striking distance of Iran. The deployment comes after Trump issued a pointed threat to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, stating the U.S. knows his precise location and describing him as an easy target. So this is directly after he made this threat on his little social media platform, you see? Boy, it says, Trump's statement posted on Truth Social emphasized that the U.S. is not currently planning to assassinate Khamenei, but warned that American patience is wearing thin regarding Iranian missile attacks on civilians or U.S. soldiers. Well, get the fuck up out of there. But they're not. You see? Because they want those soldiers and those civilians to get caught up in the fray so they can be justified, because this is what Esau do. You see, you got your personnel over there in a war zone following after Israel for some of them to get blown to smithereens, and that gives you the justification to fully to go all out against Iran. This is what Esau does, man. It's the same shit that the Israelis do. They poke and prod at you, then when you slap their ass back, they play the victim. That's their MO. Because they can easily get the soldiers the fuck up out of there, get them out of the way, and tell Israel, hey, nah, y'all got it. Y'all can handle it. But guess what? It's not going to allow it to be done because, according to biblical prophecy, the least of the flock has to draw them out And ultimately, America is going to be destroyed when it's all said and done. That's what all this shit is leading up to. All these different incidents and all this escalation is going to lead up to America being completely destroyed. But you can go read this read the rest of this article, man. Just showing you what it is. Do I want anything else out of there? Matter of fact, let's read a couple more. It says the president's rhetoric aligns with his broader demand for Iran's unconditional surrender and a complete halt to its nuclear program, rejecting a ceasefire in favor of a real end to the conflict. And the thing is, who the fuck are you to tell a sovereign nation what they can and can't do? This shows you that America is Babylon the Great that rules over the kings of the earth, man. The hammer of the earth that is soon going to be broken. You see? Because you're telling me that Israel can have nuclear missiles, but Iran can't? And you're willing to go in and destroy these people's country just to have your way? That ain't how it works, man. But that's the hypocrites that these Edomites are. Matter of fact, yeah, like I said, you can go read the rest of this. I want to post some more scriptures. So let's get this here. Let's get some Job. The joy of the hypocrite, right? This is Job 20 and 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked, which are the Edomites, is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Exactly. You see, because America, the state of Israel, they're basically one and the same, man. Just complete hypocrites. They all throughout the earth trying to dictate how these other nations move. They want to uphold these nations to a different standard than what they hold themselves to. Now, they condemned Vladimir Putin for going in and warring with Zelensky in Ukraine when Ukraine actually belongs to Russia. And it's after the fact that they're trying to make Ukraine a part of NATO, which Putin is not going for. You see? What he's doing, he's defending his borders from enemy threat. And he was demonized, so forth and so on. Now, you have Israel on the flip side, who's just poking their pride in Iran, who's minding their business, trying to refine the uranium for civilian purposes, and Israel has a problem with it. Now they strike their their nuclear facilities, which could cause all type of fallout and damage with their civilians. You see, Israel does that. And then when Iran says enough is enough and they fire back, oh, now Iran is a threat. Iran is a threat. They don't have the right to defend themselves. You see, but Israel does. Hell, Israel can initiate it. And when you attack back, they can say, oh, we're defending ourselves. This is the type of shit these hypocrites do, man. This is what these fucking devils do. But the time for all that is coming to an end, and we say the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh because we see this thing rolling out fast, man. It's coming fast. Once again, that MOTB ain't too far behind. It ain't too far away. Let's say it like that. It's not too far away. All it takes is one incident to happen for it to be set in motion and is full steam ahead, man. You see? But the time of these Edomites ruling in the earth is coming to an end, and this is what we're witnessing with all this war and all these different skirmishes. You see? Because when it's all said and done, right? This is what it's all going to lead to. So you Americans can sit your ass over here on the other side of the world and think that you're untouchable. You see? You think that just because you're American, you just got it like that. You see how Trump talking? He just think if it's war, America just got it like that. They got it sold up. But what you fail to realize is, according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, according to biblical prophecy, is being set in the fabric of existence for America to fall and be destroyed completely and to never rise again. That's where this is going. It's not finna go how you proud as Americans think it's gonna go. You see? So Jeremiah 50 and 20, it says, Jeremiah 50 and 21, it says, go up against the land of Merathaim, which is talking about America. You see? Even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, which also is talking about America. It says what? Waste and utterly destroy after them, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon, which is America, become a desolation among the nations? And that's how this thing is going to end. It's going to end with America becoming a complete and utter desolation. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is about to bring the same type of judgment he brought on Sodom and Gomorrah is about to be brought upon America. Fire and brimstone raining from the heavens in the form of nuclear warheads raining down upon this place at the height of World War III. You see, a war that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is intensifying every day. You see? This is what it's going to be when it's all said and done. So all that proud talk, that haughtiness, that boasting yourself, walking around in the earth as if you can't be touched, we know exactly what's going to happen according to prophecy, man. And it's not going to be anything other than this. Jeremiah 50 and 24 says what? The Most High says what, man? It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. You see that? Everything America stands for is in complete opposition of what Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah stands for. They striven against our power, man. They have us here, over here in captivity, northern and southern kingdom. You see, Jacob's trouble has begun upon the northern kingdom. Southern kingdom is up next. You see? They're even going to try to fight against Yahweh Shah when he turns. That's the great war in heaven, Revelation 12. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is about to put this place down once and for all, man. You see? Now, how does the Most High say he's going to do it? Jeremiah 50 and 25. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. What are the weapons of his indignation? These ICBM missiles. Are we not seeing how this motherfucking war is going to be fought already We see what it's gonna be with what's going on between Israel and Iran. That's just a small dose of what is really gonna be when it fully pops off. But you see how that's just fucking raining missiles into each other's land? That's what's coming to America. And you Americans feel like you're so safe on this side of the world with this big ass ocean in between you. You see, between you and the rest of the world. You feel like you can't be touched. But the thing is, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has your number. You see? Because what does it tell us in Isaiah? What is it? No, I'm tripping. Isaiah 54 and 16. What does it tell us? I have created Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So the Most High gave you Edomites the know-how to make this weaponry. You see, beginning with that atomic bomb first and foremost. And you've mastered that technology. You've upgraded it to the point that where you have it now with these nuclear warheads, man. The Most High allowed you to have that and put the spirit of pride upon you, devils, to not only perfect it, but to give it to other nations for them to have. Because the Most High has been setting the stage for this total destruction of America to take place from the beginning, man. It was always leading up to this. And now the Most High has given these Russians, which are Edomites as well, he's given them the know-how to make hypersonic ICBM missiles. Got to keep pointing this out too. A technology that you Americans don't have. Why is that? Because the Most High don't want you to have it. You see, because you've been set up to be taken. A snare has been laid for you in the way, as the Most High told you right here. You see? This is what we're witnessing be brought to pass. Day by day. This shit is going to intensify. And the state of Israel is going to drag America deeper and deeper into this war. Until it gets to the point of what? Warheads raining down upon the entirety of this land. Making it a desolation, as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai promised he would do. You see? So Jeremiah 50 and 25, it says, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have opened his armory, and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. You see? This is the work that the Most High is about to work here in the land of America. Everything you see around you, and we bring this out all the time. Everything that you see around you is going to be completely and utterly destroyed, be erased, evaporated by way of that nuclear fire. That's where this thing is going to go when it's all said and done. It says, Jeremiah 50 and 26, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. You see, so all this spicy talk that we hear coming out of the mouth of Trump, this whole situation between the state of Israel and Iran and America being brought into it, and as it continues to intensify and heat up, we're going to start to see more and more nations be gathered into the mix as is laid out in prophecy. And once that MOTB is made mandatory, it is on. So that lets us know this once again for all you camps who have a problem with us going into the news articles to filter through prophecy. This is how we keep up with the times. This is how we measure the time diligently in itself. You see? This is how we know the mark of the beast is not too far away. But when it's all said and done, it leads up to what? America being annihilated, destroyed, turned into a desolation, a waste, a wilderness, suffering the same fate, a similar fate of Sodom and Gomorrah, because what the Most High is about to bring upon this place is worse than what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It's going to be a greater destruction. You see? So it says what? Jeremiah 50:27. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. And as it tells you in Isaiah 13, her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Every day that passes is another day closer to the desolation of America. You see, and we see these days speeding up. You see, drastically. So Jeremiah 50:28, it says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our power, the vengeance of his temple. And the ones who are going to escape out of Babylon, Lord willing, we be a part of that number, is the 1/3 of the elect of Israel, with the rest of the elect being gathered from all throughout the world in a spectacular and glorious fashion, as Yahweh brings us up into that chariot, you see, to allow us to allow us to escape the destruction that's about to take place on the earth. You see? That salvation is only for the elect of Israel, man. Jeremiah 50:29, it says, call together the archers against Babylon. Who are the archers? All the nations that have what? Nuclear capability. And we see, if you've been watching what's going on between the state of Israel, it looks like what? They're firing arrows back and forth across the land. When you really look at it, you see, they're firing arrows that can reach from one country to another. And what they're using now is just the small shit. Oh, it gets bigger. You see, it gets worse. And when the big dogs come into play, you're going to see the true power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai be unleashed as these weapons from his armory are fired all throughout the earth, mainly here to the land of America. As it's going to go on to tell us here in Jeremiah 50:29, it says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. So all the nations that have thermonuclear weaponry, they are going to come up against America, even America's allies. We've been telling you this, beginning with our apostles and elders. They've been telling you for decades, and however long brothers been in the truth, they've been telling you since they've come into the truth, that this is what it was always going to be. You see? We've been telling you this for years, man. And now we seeing it manifest right before our eyes, as we told you it would. And a lot of you people are still in the state of oblivion, thinking that shit is a game, thinking that America can't be touched. And the reason that you're thinking that and you're moving the way you're moving is because you don't understand the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, because most of the world, especially you Americans, are in a gross state, a state of gross darkness, man. You see? But Jeremiah 50:29 goes on to say what? It says what? Let none thereof escape. You see? Because if you're not a part of the elect of Israel, you're going to be left on the earth. And whatever region you're in the earth, if the Most High ordained your region to get hit by one of these nuclear weapons, it's going to get hit And you're going to get caught up in the destruction that comes after. Now, everyone that's left here on the soils of America, outside of that 1/3, you have no hope. You have no chance. You see? That's why it says what? Let none thereof escape. It tells you the same thing in Joel chapter 2. So Jeremiah 50:29, it says, recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her. For she have been proud against Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. You see that? So all that pride that you Edomites here in your chief dwelling place has been displaying against the Heavenly Father, the pride of you fucking Amalekites over there in the state of Israel, you see, it's about to be recompensed unto you, man. You're about to be repaid for your boasting against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You see? This is what's coming. It goes on to say, Jeremiah 50:30, that what? Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud, which is who? Babylon the Great, America, right along with those stinking ass Israelis, man. It says what? And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. So the state of Israel and the entirety of the promised land is going to be hit with nuclear weaponry, nuclear fire to cleanse the land, to make way for us to be returned back into it, as the Most High has promised to do all throughout biblical prophecy. And the entirety of the land of America is going to be drenched in nuclear fire to become an everlasting desolation where no man will ever dwell in again. This is what's coming. This is what all this right here is going to lead up to. This right here, this is Ezekiel 38 manifesting in the fullness of it, where Turkey is about to join sides with Russia. And we've been telling you this for years now through the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And it's here. It's all here, man. Let's get a couple more. Let's get Isaiah 9:5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. You see this? This final world's war that is intensifying by the day is going to end up with these nations unleashing their nuclear arsenals, and the one that's going to suffer the greatest destruction is the land of America, man. You see, turning this place into the lake of fire that you read about in the book of Revelation. This is where it's all going. You see? So as we see the tensions between the nations continue to rise and intensify, expect to see that MOTB be presented here very shortly, man. It's not too much longer. You see? It's not too much longer. Let's get one more and we'll wrap it up, man. Revelation 11:14, it says, The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. We're in the beginning stages of it, and just watch how it continues to intensify as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah prophesied that it would, as he ordained it to be from the beginning, man. So yeah, and with that, I'm going to end it and give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba.